All right, so the Tampa Bay Bucks continue to roll. I mean, they're putting up huge points, over 50 points this past week. And the running back situation is interesting. A lot of people liked Rachaad White, getting him, I don't know, maybe in the third round this year. He's kind of a second tier running back, starting running back. But then guys like me, we were interested in Bucky Irving. Okay, maybe the backup. And here's my strategy on running backs. I always wanted to take the backup running backs based on the starting running backs that I don't believe in. All right. So all of my benches are loaded with backup running backs that I don't believe in the starter, versus some people always have the handcuffs. And that's a topic for another day, but I don't really lean into the running back handcuff for my own handcuffs. Like, I don't have Tyler Algier when I have Bijan Robinson. I got Bijan. So that's the quarterback from Atlanta, or that's the running back from Atlanta that I have. So anyway, so I went in, I like Bucky Irving. Thankfully I was able to start him this week, but now all of a sudden, Sean Tucker has entered the conversation. And so Sean Tucker, the third running back in the Tampa Bay backfield, had 39 fantasy points. The RB1 this week, 14 carries, 136 yards, touchdown, plus 3 receptions, 56 yards, and another touchdown. So, Trip, are you jumping on the Sean Tucker bandwagon, and are you spending all of your fab dollars to get the number one running back from week 6?
I think I'm jumping on the bandwagon a little bit. Sean Tucker, coming into the NFL a few seasons ago now, was this sort of diamond in the rough guy from Syracuse, who was kind of highly touted by football film nerds. So people said there's something here, but he came into the NFL injured. And so he was essentially injured his whole first season. And then his second season, Rachaad White just happened to be a revelation, especially as a pass catching running back. But Rachaad White is one of the most inefficient rushing running backs in the NFL in the last few seasons. And I think they want somebody that they can hand the ball off to. So Sean Tucker, I don't think he's going away. You know, I think he's going to continue to have a role in this offense. I would not blow like a huge portion of my fab budget unless I was just absolutely running back desperate. Like, I have no one to start. I've got to get somebody into my starting lineup. But I think that Sean Tucker is going to be a guy that we continue to see the rest of the season. And it could be a little bit of a three-headed monster there when Rachaad White is. I think Rachaad White's going to be the guy who ends up losing out in this situation.
I think from a pullback standpoint, we have to change our minds as fantasy managers about the running back by committee. Because it used to be the dreaded, it's a running back by committee. And usually it just meant that there were a bunch of average running backs, right? In today's NFL, there are very few workhorse backs. Pretty much everywhere is a committee. And so even in a three-headed situation, the reality is there will be very few weeks when all 3 Bucks running backs are healthy. It's just the way the season goes. So you want a piece of this offense. I mean, I hate to say it because I don't like the Bucks, but the Bucks offense is legit and they're running the ball well. So you want these guys. And so, yeah, if you don't have Bucky Irving, go get Sean Tucker. I think it's worthwhile. I'm a little salty because last year I jumped on the Sean Tucker bandwagon right before the season. I heard this little update right before my draft, right before my fantasy draft. And so I took him and I go, look at this guy. This guy's going to be great. And then he did nothing. He wasn't even, he barely got on the field last year. So, but he did yesterday on Sunday, and he looked great.
I think he might be the best pure rusher of the 3 running backs that we're talking about there. So he's worth picking up for sure.
All right. So so I say yes, jump on the bandwagon.